Yo, how's it going, guys? It's your boy James, aka Triple J 755 here, and today we going to an amusement park. No, not to ride roller coasters. At least, not in the way you think. We do things a little differently at the Triple J Parks Company. Today, we go die, crash, burn, drown, fly off the track. Oh, sorry, did I say fly off the track? I meant to say, we're going to take a look at one of my favorite games of all time, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 Electric Boogaloo. This is a beautiful game that today turns 20 years old.
Oh no, I am not falling for that again.
But maybe there are some people that are new to the game, so they will need a simple guide to get them started. And that's what we gonna do today. There's a lot to learn, and it will take a while to learn all of the aspects of park management. Please don't feel discouraged. This is supposed to be a fun experience. So we're going to learn how to play Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 one step at a time. And before you know it, you'll have a dang awesome park like this one. And we will learn how to not let that happen. We are going to start from the very beginning. The first thing we need to do is buy the game. What I recommend you do is you go to STEM, add Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 Triple Thrill Pack to your cart. It's only $10, pretty good deal. Press purchase for myself, give them your credit card number. Oh, you don't have a credit card? Not to worry, you can use mine. The number is... Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Alright, you now own a copy of Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Congratulations! There's only one thing left to do. Leave it untouched in your STEM library forever and completely forget about it. What? That was serious. That's totally what you do. But why? Because you weren't supposed to have it. You used my credit card to pay for it. That's fraud, you stupid piece of poop! Sorry about that. My writing department can go on tangents a lot. So going back on topic, you need to leave Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 here forever until the end of time. Then why get it? Well, with your parents' permission, go online and type hootups:// openrooster2.org. Under Downloads, click View the Downloads Overview. Under Releases, click Download. Choose the one that fits your computer best, follow the instructions, and boom! You now have a working copy of the new and improved Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 Electric Boogaloo. On the main menu, there are a few options.
Hurry up! I want to build a park. How do I build a roller coaster? How should I play scenery and dimming? How do I keep guests happy? What is a chain lift launch system?
Okay. I will get to all of these. Just be patient. We can start a new pack or go back to a pack that we already worked on. This button somehow lets you play multiplayer. How? I'm not sure exactly. This button used to be the location of the tutorials. We're in the original RCT2 now. No need to follow me here, this is just for the video. These are the tutorials for building a simple flat ride, a track ride with some decorations, and a roller coaster. But there's nothing in these tutorials that I won't show you, so let's leave this game and never come back. It is an evil game. It may seem like fun and happiness at first, but not for long. It is a dangerous game. People have died here. Oh, I'm referring to Open RCT2. So here's Start New Game, Load, Multiplayer, Tools, Options, Quit. Now, to make a park, clearly what you want to do is quit the game. No, the video is not over. So, let's start a new park. I recommend playing Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 if you have the time, and after the script is over, try the third game. But never, ever, ever, ever play Roller Coaster Tycoon World. Ever. Don't even think about it. But what about Roller Coaster Tycoon 4 World Boil? Or Adventures? Or RCT Story? What about RCT Joyride? Are you going to show us Roller Coaster Tycoon Joyride? Shut. Where to start? Well, the expansions are not very good. Neither are the real-life parks. So let's go to the RCT2 parks and choose one to play. Now, I think that the Electric Fields park is the best place to start. It's easy. So, here's the map that we gon' build a park on, folks. So this park in a field
where Sir Topham Hatt was grazing.
Let's take a look at what we have around. Here is park entrance, and it is free to enter park, pay for the rides park. So, the way to get money is not this, but rather this. There is river, a little bit path, and you can tell that this park used to be a farm.
We are farmers, bum 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 bum.
Here is where crops used to grow, and there is a tractor shed, which they probably used to steal Russian plow the fields. We also have the boats in the lake, and next to it we have the balloons. It starts as a nice quiet picnic park, but no, this ain't no picnic park. You think I downloaded this game just to operate the boats and the balloons? Is this some kind of idiot joke that I'm too smart to understand? This is Sparta! Triple J World. Wait, that name's already taken. How about Triple J Fields? Standing in a fields? We'll simplify that to standing in a field, which was supposed to be my first sort of album name, back when Triple J was a rapper name. But then I discovered that making amusement parks was my real passion. Now that we observe the land we have to build on, let's find out what we have to do with it. Our objection is to have 700 guests in the park at the end of October, year 2, Electric Boogaloo, with a park ring of at least 600. Okay, we can do this. Except, hang on a minute. Now, because we only start with 10 grand, we should not build a roller coaster yet. To get started, but also make our guests happy, what we need to buy is a gentle ride, which should obviously be the merry-go-round. Yeah, boy. For each ride, you place the entrance and the exit, so the guests can come in, take a ride, then go away. The next thing to place is path. So you click on the paths button, select the queue line on the top right, pick the one you like the most, and place it from the entrance to the main path. For the exit, do the same thing but with the regular path. Okay, the ride is ready. All we have to do now is turn it on, press and hold, open. What amazing music! But we can't not just open the ride and leave. It must be maintained. If it's not, it'll break down and go faster and faster and faster, and all the people fall off the horse. It'll be a disaster, and the carousel will keep going faster and faster until it explodes and erupts into a massive inferno, killing all your guests. And worst of all, your carousel will be on the thumbnail of clickbait YouTube videos.
Oh, hell! Cried James. Go away!
So hopefully that won't happen too often. We maintain rides by hiring the staff. Left click on this picture using your mouse, and you have the option to hire 4 different types of staff. One of the most important roles is the handyman. The handyman can do many things, such as water the bins, empty the grass, and mow the gardens. But the most iconic job is to sweep the floor. Sometimes, even if you have plenty of litter bins around the park, some idiot throws some shit on the path. So be sure to station the handyman in areas like around food stalls and roller coasters with a high nausea rating, because the guests with a low or no nausea rating gone being sick is okay. It happens, it's accidental, it's no big deal. I've thrown up once on a church floor in front of many people. Wait, why is that in the script? Now the whole world is going to find out. But what's not okay is leaving your shit on the ground when there's a trash can literally right there. You lazy poopy head. You can carry 4 on-ride photos, a stuffed toy, a map, some food, a balloon, and an umbrella with just your bare hands. So you have room for a can of Dr. Poo-Poo. What kind of idiot are you? You must be at home all the time playing computer games from 2002 with no other life. Hey, wait a minute. So the handyman can do many things, including, but not limited to, sweep the lawn, water the footpaths, empty the plants, and mow the trash bins. Not limited to? What else can handyman do? Well, for one thing, they could drown in doors. We also need to hire mechanics, who have 2 very important jobs. They need to inspect rides to make sure all components are working properly. But even more important than that, they are dispatched whenever a ride breaks down. They have to run fast and fix the coaster quickly, or else it will go explosions! And then, the greatest horror of all, your coaster will be forever the subject of GP clickbait videos. Wait, I think we already did this joke. Fortunately, with my mechanics, rides don't explode too often. I mean they don't explode anymore. Yeah, it doesn't happen anymore.
But not for long.
Now we hired the security guard. The security guards are strong, alert people. They keep park safe. When a guest gonna do vandalism, the security comes. And they say, "Oi, you!" And the guest go running. Security guards! Finally, we need to hire the entertainers. When guests wait in long line, they get bored. So the entertainers come to the rescue to keep guests entertained. The guests could even forget that they're even in line for a ride when the entertainers go and dance. Hold up, I didn't say this was a Six Flags park. Get that out of here. Now, solely because of this game, whenever I hear the word hired in any context, I think of someone being picked up by tweezers and being thrown to a certain area. Does anyone else think the same? Okay, good. So, we have staff for park, but there are still a few things we have to do in order to have a complete park. When guests spend a full day at your park, they get hungry. You need to have food and drink stalls so the guests can give you money. I mean, enjoy some good food that they could pay for. Let's place them down. I recommend you place food stalls in areas that would be the most popular so you can get the most money. I mean, so more guests can enjoy your food and you get more money. A classic thing to have at amusement parks is
burger.
And to have some variety, let's add another type of food. How about a hot dog? Very good, but we don't have a drink stall yet. That is very bad. One of the ground rules for visiting an amusement park is hydrate or dihydrate.
No, why? The sun is a deadly laser.
And is especially important here because if the guests are thirsty, they complain. It's a bad mark on your park rating. The people don't come anymore, and congratulations. You were unable to complete a kids game from 2002. In order to prevent that from happening for a little while, we build a drink stall here, and we'll add a second one here at the other side of the park, so the guests don't have to walk as far to get some Dr. Poo-Poo.
And I can get the money faster.
Another thing we need to provide to our guests is the toilet. We need to provide a couple of bathrooms, for obvious reasons. And the best part of all, you can charge them to use the bathroom. You can select this box right here, so the price remains constant with the rest of the bathrooms in the park. And we're going to charge 10 cents just to release
The scatological, meaning urine and feces.
That's right. Before you can even think about opening that stall door, you'll need to give us 10 cents front and center in cash before you step 1 foot in. 10 cents in exact change. We do not accept checks, credit cards, debit cards, gift cards. We do not accept Cash App, PayPal, Apple Pay, nor Bitcoin. Just 1 dime. And then 100% satisfaction guaranteed. There is one more shop we need to place, the information kiosk. We need a place for Karen to speak with the manager. Let's place it at the front of the park because the guests will need a map. Dora calls herself an explorer, but goes through exclusively mapped territories. Anyway, park maps are available at the kiosk so the guests do not lose their way. I like to make maps free in my park. Why? Because I want the guests to be able to access the map. Money is not important. I try to think about what I like at amusement park and bring the same experience to my guests. One thing I don't like is when the maps cost money. Isn't that annoying? So I give maps for free here too. We do not want to be hypocrites. Oh, not at all.
What? You have to pay to use the restroom now? Why do I have to open my wallet for everything these days? Whoever operates this bathroom, you are socialist!
But a map is not the only item the kiosk provides. It also has umbrellas. When it rains, the guests do not like to get wet.
Unless it's in their pussy.
Alright, which one of you add that to the script?
Shut up, James. It's very funny.
Anyways, when it rains, the people run to the information kiosk to buy an umbrella. And the best thing of all, they're willing to pay anything for an umbrella. So you should always charge the maximum value of $20. That is the highest you can charge for something in the game. Money is very important, so don't feel bad if you have to raise some prices once in a while. The guests will understand.
$20 for a bottle of Gatorade? I just don't understand these giant corporations sometimes.
Now that we can provide food, drinks, toilets, maps, and umbrellas to the guests, they are ready for a full fun day at the park. And with that, it's finally time to build another ride. The bumper cars, of course. Okay, listen. We will wait until we have enough guests to make a roller coaster profitable. I understand this game isn't called Flat Ride Tycoon 2, but let's place the bumper cars over here. Now we place the entrance and the exit paths. We can choose what paint scheme we would like. Perfect. Let's open it up. And whenever I build a bumper cars ride, I always call it the Pittsburgh Driving Experience. Alright, that's too long. Pittsburgh Driving Experience. Because either you're in a traffic jam or bump into other cars. And I don't mean to offend any Pittsburghers out there. I really don't. It seems like a wonderful city. I just hope I don't have to drive there anytime soon. That's all. But James, you live in Westport County, Maryland. Why don't you call the bumper cars the Westport Driving Experience? We don't talk about Westport driving. So for now, we made 2 fun rides to get guests in the park, not including the boats from earlier. I think you get the drill, so I will build a few more off camera. Alright, we now have a pretty good setup, which should hopefully give us some extra money to build some other things to get to our objective level. I built a Ferris wheel, an accurate model of my brain when I'm trying to do my physics homework, and a very nice calm car ride over here. God damn it, Anthony. Can you please wait until the next installment of Shut to make penis jokes? Thank you very much, hilarious and original. We're going to build a roller coaster somewhere over here, but we can't expand too quickly. To make sure our priorities are being met, let's see how our guests are doing. In the very top right, you can click on the guest menu and you can analyze customer satisfaction. Hold up, wait a minute. Is that Derek? AKA Double D2781? I think it is. He crossed the entire state of Maryland just to see how things going. Alright, it seems like he just got here, but he has 60 bucks. He's doing well. Let's see what he's up to now. Heading for massive what? Anthony, I told you not to make giant penises in the game. This is a professional video. Our company is paying for your master's degree and you... Oh, you weren't here? You and Cameron just went shopping, so it couldn't have been either of you. Well, okay then. I'm not sure what happened here, but it's probably not important. For now, we've contacted Fluffing Bitch Construction Incorporated, who makes roller coasters, to build a wielding coaster in the park. But we choose the layout. Let me show you how to do it. We'll put station in the tractor shed. How about that? We'll take a left turn to start the ride. Then we select the chain lift launch system to begin the long but dreadful climb to the top. I'm out of money? That's stupid. One unfortunate problem with this game is that you always running out of money. Like, even though I have good rides and the people are giving me money, they just don't give me enough. And I can't expand anymore. It's really boring. How do people make parks like this with the same budget as me and still complete the objective? By the way, shout out to Mick and Man's RCT station. His parks are absolutely wonderful. You should subscribe to him. Anyways, how do we get money without any money? Well, no need to panic. I'm an accounting major at University of Sployne. Let's see. I'm definitely not looking through a textbook right now. If your company needs funding, you could do so through issuing debt or equity. Unfortunately, there is no equity in this game, which is the value of your company calculated by what you own, your assets, minus what you owe or your liabilities. But we can buy some debt. You can click on the balance of your money, and this sheet will pop up. It looks complicated, but basically, this is your income statement. You come here to analyze cash inflows and outflows, and if you want to know where you can raise or save a little money, you can go right here. There are a couple other tabs too, half of which you'll never really have to see, but these basically show you your park's profit over time and other money matters. So we're running very short of money now, but that's okay, because you need to spend money in order to get money. This is the second most important tab in the window, where you go to advertise your park. If you need more guests, you can buy one of these, and ads will appear for your park on TV.
Six flags. More flags. More flags.
Yes, exactly like that. Although the game code does it by ignoring the soft guest cap, which means your number of guests will not lose generation after a certain amount depending on your park size. Usually when you reach it, your inflow of guests is divided by 4, which means overall stay the same for a while. I'm not getting too technical, am I? Now to my favorite button in the game, the increase loan button. Just press this until your balance is where you need it to be, and you're good to go. But be careful, it feels like you need to take out a loan all the damn time. $786 for this car ride? Shoot, guess I'll have to take out a loan. $2,400 for this advertisement? Well, time to take out another loan. $23,869 for this roller coaster? You know the drill. We're going to take out another loan. Oh, for crying out loud! Okay, enough financing. Let's build a world-class roller coaster. Okay, that seems tall enough. Let's go down. Very good. Ooh, this looks fun already. In fact, this seems good enough. Let's open it up. Okay, boomer. So let's bring this back up. We will make a nice turn. Very nice turn over here. Then we'll make a speed hill. Then a camelback hill right here. Now, why am I making my turns look like this? Well, each roller coaster has some forces. See these numbers here? This one is how much the coaster forces you into your seat. This one is how much you're pushed out of your seat. This one is how much you're pushed to the side. These forces are the best parts of a roller coaster, but don't make them too extreme. Unless you're making a family-friendly roller coaster or a death park or you're speedrunning, then go right ahead. When designing a roller coaster, you'd want the forces to be fun, but not dangerous. At least for now. This one you don't want to make more than 5. This one should not be more than 2, and this one no more than 2.5. More than that would make the guests sick, which means your handyman will be spending overtime by the ride exit, and excessive lateral forces could damage the track. This is what happened to the Bat at King's. So, bank every turn you can, so the riders are pushed into their seats rather than uncomfortably to the side. I'm not explaining too much, am I? Oh look! A text! I wonder who it's from. It's from NASA. I've been hired! As a janitor. On the space station! Continuing on with the roller coaster, we will make a big hill that's visible from the path and bother that telephone. What? Hold on, let me write down your name. Andy Mick. An incident to report? What happened? Okay, let me get this straight. When it rained, the Fleffenbridge construction workers disappeared, and a few minutes later, some naked men appeared and danced in the rain. The secretary saw, telephoned the popo, and when they arrived, the naked men hid behind some bushes, so the police decided to let them go, and the workers came back? There's something going on here. The workers disappeared, and then some naked men appeared. Is this correct? I have no idea who they could be either. We'll have to keep an eye on this. Okay, well, thanks for bringing this to my attention, Mr. Mick. Goodbye. Okay, hopefully that's enough silliness for now. This turn over the creek looks kind of nice. We'll make a steeper hill over here. Then dive underneath the river. How about that? Into the mid-course brake run. One thing that the second game improved over the first game is the addition of block zones. For those of you who are unfamiliar, a block zone is a section of ride that only one train may occupy at a time. At the end of a block zone is a method to stop a train in case the block zone ahead is still occupied. This is the safety mechanism that prevents roller coaster trains from colliding into one another. In RCT2, a block zone is added with the addition of the first tile of a station, the top of the lift hill, and a block break piece. We will add one of these right here so that the next train on the track doesn't have to stop on the lift hill and wait all the way until the train comes to a stop at the station. Keep in mind that the block break slows down the train to 4 miles per hour. After that, we will take another lap around the structure. This time we'll go over the river, make a little helix, and then the train will slow to a crawl on its way back to the station. I recommend you place a block break as close as possible to the back of the station so there's minimal delay between the dispatch of one train and the arrival of the next. This coaster currently has 4 block zones, which means we can have up to 3 trains running at the same time. Now, once we place the entrance and exit, we need to test the roller coaster. And you do so by pressing and holding the flag until you select test. And let's make sure it goes through the track. Ready? Here it goes! Uh-oh, it didn't make it! But that's okay. There's an easy solution. All we have to do is... Oh no, another train is coming. But don't panic, the block zone will stop it. Or, so I've been told. So if your train doesn't make it up the hill, don't worry, nothing's going to explode. All you have to do is raise the lift launch system chain lift hill, or lower the height of this hill. And now, we test it again. Alright, it seems like you got through the track successfully. The coaster is ready to open when the test results come in. I never got why these 3 always take a couple more seconds to become available, but these are my favorite details. You want the excitement rank to be as high as possible, the intensity should vary, but be no more than 10, and the nausea rank should be as low as possible. Great! Now, coasters don't need to be this big. It could be only a few drops and the guests will still go running towards it. But for visualization, I decide to go big or go home. Who will be the first people to ride the Wooden Roller Coaster? Oh no, the merry-go-round broke down. Oh, I see Derek is in line for the Wooden Roller Coaster. You know what? Here you go, this ride's on us. That's right, Double D 2781 is getting a new coaster credit today. And as you can see, when guests leave the ride, if they love it, they jump. Wooden Roller Coaster was great! That's so good to hear! Man, look at the line for the Wooden Roller Coaster. It was an instant hit. Try not to make the guests wait longer than 10 minutes, or else they will complain. But the ride has a capacity of 2,124 guests per hour. That's a very good capacity, so we should be just fine. Now we go on. Uh-oh. My thing seems to be not working. It completely froze. Well, it's a common computer problem, so let's please try again. It's not paused. So what's happening? This is quite a problem. Hopefully you'll get fixed very soon. What the? Okay, this is not a normal situation. It feels like this computer has been tampered with. Okay. You will get this back up and running as soon as possible. Everyone, stay calm. No need to panic. At a company like mine, we do great backups of our data. There's nothing to worry about.
What the fuck? Who are you? You got glass in my breakfast, you jerk! And I'm gonna have to make some more!
I'm gonna get out of here. There's a burglar in here. Jesus Christ! I want to make it very clear. No one is to enter my office until that area is investigated and the culprit found. I've temporarily moved my things to the room next door. Now let's look around the park for any more signs of wrongdoing. Alright, I was there before, and... Is that the reason Devandal tried to stop my computer from working? So I wouldn't know who Devandal is that did this? Maybe. I don't know, but both are acts of vandalism.
This is illegal, you know.
Secretary, my fine gentleman, your work is needed more than ever. Search all over the park for any signs of anything suspicious. Don't let your guard down for a second. There is a vandal on park property. Your job is to make sure he is vandal no more. Mr. Katz, find Mr. Doggington and ask him to come to my temporary office.
Yes, sir.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Well, seems like we have an investigation to make. Let's find out who did it.
Mr. Doggington, thank you for coming. Okay, so there is a vandal in the park who made a giant, inappropriate sculpture. And my computer room seemed to have been tampered with, and the computer seemed to have blackened out for a bit, so I couldn't see who did it. It didn't look like a standard error.
Alright, I'll dispatch a crew to analyze the site. We've also closed off your office to investigate any kind of breaking and entering and tampering.
Fantastic. You reacted quickly.
Now, who do you think did such a thing? It seems like more than a regular, everyday vandal.
Well, it's definitely someone who doesn't want us to complete our mission of entertaining the guests. I'm guessing it's someone who would have incentive to make our park look bad so they can bring the guests back to theirs. Or someone else who wants to buy us out. I've seen people around that look like suspects. They could be
Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Michael Dell. Oh, sorry, not you. Jimmy Anderson, Mark Zuckerberg, Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh? I thought he was a character in...
He entered the public domain earlier this year. Not Disney's interpretation of Winnie the Pooh, the original Winnie the Pooh.
You mean Disney?
Wait, don't say that word! We're going to get sued!
FBI, open up!
Oh, no!
So this guy seems intelligent. Find all the evidence you can. And we gone. Hold on, let me just pick this up. Standard Field Regional Park, this is James, how may I help?
We're going to destroy the park. Give up.
You're not funny, and nobody likes you. Alright, Nick, you know what to do. Your new coworkers will help.
Right away, sir.
All right, dirtbags, you heard him. Execute, Charlie. Move, 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 move.
We'll check with the vandal investigation a little later. For now, there are a couple of things we need to add to the park. There's another aspect of park building we're going to talk about, which is scenery and theming. Scenery is basically decoration you add to your park. It's not required, but a nice looking park makes the guests very happy, and it could even make your coasters better. How? Let me show you. Now, I think I'm quite decent at scenery, but I'm not too good at teaching it, and I'm not on the same level as Dirklink. For a thorough guide, I would recommend going to Micken Man's RCT station for starters, and for more advanced things, Dirklink. He is an expert. But how do I do scenery? There are a few things in my style. You may want to press invisible guests so you can see what the pass will look like when you add some benches, bins, and lamps. Benches are needed so the guests may sit and gone on the food, such as a hot dog or the
Ice cream.
a strawberry sandwich. The spicy Italians are always my go-to. Or possibly the guests would like
To buy a burger.
Usually, I place 2 benches and a trash bin. That way, there's as many benches as possible, but you're never more than 1 tile away from a bin. As you can see, the path is getting quite dirty. So to give our handyman a break, we're going to do this system on the midway here. Now, since our bin's here, if I see one more piece of litter on the ground, whoever threw it, your mom's a hoe. There are also lamps in the game, but do they do anything? Well, yes. Maybe. No, but I placed them anyway sometimes where they would be visible just because they look nice. And lamps are in real parks too, right? I am a realistic player. I like making parks so that they could function in real life. Now, our next lesson will be about crashes. We are going to learn some basic crashes. In Roller Coaster Tycoon, I highly recommend the shuttle loop. Place it, make the launch speed as high as it will go. Press test. There it goes, up in the sky. We're gonna go boom. You can also use the launch free fall. Bring the launch speed up as high as it will go. Ooh! If there's some wind, it can also fly other places. Or if you're feeling extra evil, you can make sure disable vehicle limits is turned on. Make it so there's two trains, and then when this train goes back, it's gonna go. Yes! Or if you're feeling extra evil, you go to Show Talent Inspector, click Capice Track, delete. I am stupid, idiot. Now that we made the paths look nicer, the next thing I do is place some kind of barrier between path and grass. Even just a simple fence can look very nice. But I also like to use these bonus points if you add layers to scenery like this. This looks very three-dimensional. Okay, now in real life, the guests can see the lovely hedges on the path, and the fence will stop them from going to unauthorized areas. You may have noticed I built fence around car ride, so idiot guests do not get run over. For huge rides, like a roller coaster, you may even want to use a wall. I will add a big wall around the roller coaster. But first, we will expand the support structure. Well, first we will delete these crops underneath the coaster. So that way the supports go all the way down. Look a bit nicer. You go to walls and roofs, select this, choose the paint scheme of the coaster, and you can give the Wooden Roller Coaster a more realistic support structure. In case of storm or bad weather, the supports I just added will keep the ride intact, or else it will go. Okay, not to worry, this doesn't happen in the game, I don't think. Then I like to make a realistic station interior. And then I build wall around Wooden Roller Coaster. Because being too close to the track is very dangerous. Alright, already our park is starting to look a bit more realistic and better. There's one more type of scenery I will add. Plants and trees. I like placing the quarter tile paths and trees by the path or near water, and bigger trees in large available areas. There are many types of trees in game, which is good. Using only one type would look not very good. Place trees around, but not in every tile. Real forests have some gaps in trees too, so I tried to do the same here. And let's plant one more right here.
Excuse me, sir. Do you have a moment to talk about Jesus?
Oh, help!
Cried James.
Go away!
I'll put some water here instead. I'll add some rocks to it too. Then I'll add some plants around it. Great job! If your scenery isn't perfect, now time to see how our guests are doing. Let's click one at random. Oh my goodness. Is that John Cena?
And his name is John Cena!
Now who's this man over here? He looks important with the black suit and the ice cream cone. Holy! Well, how about that? A presidential visit! What an honor! Let's see what he has done so far. Wooden roller coaster? He's been here for quite a bit, actually. Ooh, gets lots of stuff. How many presidents have been coaster enthusiasts? How many coaster credits does Joe Biden have? How many coaster enthusiasts have got a view from the White House Loo on Pennsylvania Avenue? Now let's check on some other guests. Why is there so much ice cream here? This malarkey! Where did it come from? Who likes ice cream this much? This, by the way, is not scenery. Neither is this, or this. The investigation's still on. As soon as my security guards know something, you guys will know something. Oh no. The wooden roller coaster has broken down! What are we going to do?! Shit! It left the lift hill! Activate the mid-course block brake! That didn't work either! How will I ever save them now?! I can't look! Okay, hopefully that's enough silliness for now. One thing I need to show you guys is park rating. It is on scale from 0 to 999. The better your park, the more folks come in, the more rides get erected to clean your park, there's no shit on the ground, the higher the rating, and the more people come. If you start a park from scratch, the park rating will be 0. Don't panic, the game understands because you just started. It'll go up when you build all the things we talked about in part 1. Many parks, like this one, require you to have a 600 park rating at the time of objection completion. This is easy, but some scenarios like Arid Heights, Extreme Heights, Lucky Lake, and Six Flags Over Texas require you to have greater than or equal to 700 at all times. But you have the first month of the game to boost it to that level. Afterwards, 699, you have a grace period of 4 weeks. After that, if not at 700... Wait, we just made that joke! Well, this is a horror game in disguise. So our park rank is 859.
That's right, everyone pays just 59 kids, our lowest price of the year.
You can also see it down here in the form of a bar. That is very good. But that's not the only thing that needs doing. What month is it? I see that it March year 2 Electric Boogaloo, so we have some time to win. How many guests have? 618. Okay, to get up to the level we need, let's buy a commercial slot so more people come. No! Not like that! No! Okay, if Mr. Six tries to take over your park, there's an easy solution. When he arrives at the park, all you have to do is say politely but firmly, "Hold up! This isn't a Six Flags park! Get that out of here!" And he will leave and never come back, as shown. Now, to celebrate 1 year since the park was established, let's build a RID. One thing that I haven't ordered yet is the pirate ship.
Do what you want, cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate. Yar har fiddle-dee-dee. Being a pirate is a rarity.
The pirate ship is one of my favorite non-coaster rides in real life. Let's place it down here. And we're going to name the ride the Drunken Sailor. And I always like to add water underneath and surround the ship with scenery so you really get to feel like a pirate. Now it's ready to turn on. And did you know we can play music too? The merry-go-round comes with music by default. So does the Pittsburgh driving experience. But you could add music to any ride by pressing this button and selecting play music.
Ooh.
Alright, the Drunken Sailor was a success. But we're still in debt due to the wooden roller coaster. You might not know how to get all that money back so you can repay your loan and not have to pay as much interest. Well, you need to not know no more. I'm an accounting major at University of Sployne. Take a look at the income statement. First, we look at our primary incomes, rides, and shops. Each guest gives you money to ride, or to eat, buy a souvenir, or sit on the toilet. But it takes some money to create the thing the guest buys, which is what shop and food/drink stock is. In accounting, we call this cost of goods sold, or COGS for short. Don't worry about this expense. It's a small price to pay because the higher this expense is, the more money you get from this. What I wish this sheet did was put ride tickets, shop sales, and drink sales first, then cost of goods sold, and then the one-time expenses. The ride tickets minus ride running costs, for example, would be your gross profit from rides. And then adding shop sales and food drink sales minus COGS is your overall gross profit for the park, not including stuff like staff wages. When you do all the math, you still get this, but what I'm saying is I really wish this is up to GAAP standards or generally accepted accounting principles, though maybe it's just me being a huge nerd. So now that the accounting is done, if you were the company, how do we respond to our decreasing balance? Well, we can either increase cash inflow or decrease cash outflow. Loan interest isn't optional. This goes down when you repay your loan. It's always good to take out a loan whenever you need money so you expand faster. But whenever you don't need it, I like to bring it down as much as I can to reduce the loan interest paid. Research is a process of unlocking new rides to be built. It's very cool to unlock new rides to build in a park. And that way you have more things to do, more things for your guests to do. And overall, it looks really cool in your ride menu. But we do have a solid collection now. So select the inventions to come once every 12 weeks instead of every 8 weeks. Maximum funding gives you a new ride every 4 weeks, but that's very expensive. So I will pick minimum funding. Good. We saved $100 per month. Now staff wages, no, even if there was a way to decrease the wages, no, I'm not. Every single staff member of the Triple J Parks Company gets a living wage. I'm not laying anyone off, don't even ask. Landscaping is the cost of putting decoration to your park or modifying terrain. We spent several thousand on that, as you can see. We're done with it for now, so that will be out of the way. So now that we decrease our cash outflow as much as we can, let's try to increase our cash inflow, aka money going in, especially since our advertising campaign ended. And I know exactly how to do that. We go to each ride, look at the excitement rating, round it down to the nearest 10th, and that's how much you can charge. And the guests will pay that amount. See, look, no one's leaving the queue line. People are still pouring in, and look at that! Actually, there's a calculation in the game, so you could charge even more than that. There's a calculator online that you can use, and oh yes, I know what you mean. I absolutely love that website. I'll provide the link in the below. But using the excitement rank gives a good balance between getting a good amount of money and not having to decrease the prices often as the coaster or ride gets older when the guests aren't willing to pay as much. Or maybe they're just broke. For example, the Pittsburgh Driving Experience ride has excitement rating of 2.77, which means we can increase the price to $2.7, which is actually the absolute minimum price you should give me if you want to drive through Pittsburgh. Can you imagine if I ever had to do that? Hey, wait a minute. The Drunken Sailor has lots of scenery, and therefore it has a excitement ring of 2.56. So, you need to give me $2.50 minimum to ride one ride. The guests will understand. This is strategy well known a long time ago, and it still works today.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
But how do the guests afford all these high prices? Simple. Build an ATM. Each guest that uses the ATM withdraws $50, and they'll just keep on giving it back to you. Place one by the park exit too. That way, no one leaves due to lack of money. Another stall that we recently unlocked is the cotton candy stall, which looks like me whenever I have to go on United Airlines flight. Like, look at that! You look like you about going boom! I'm with you, Mr. Cotton Candy Head. I don't like United Airlines either. Off camera, I built also Park Train. We are expanding rapidly here at Standing in a Field, and there are more guests than ever. We need a transport ride to help guests to the other side of the park. Let's open it up. The Park Train is very popular with the guests, but there's one problem. I put the second station here to utilize this building, but there's nothing in this section of the park yet. At least, nothing that matters. So I recommend we build something here. Maybe a roller coaster? One with inversions, maybe. Let's construct a Schwarzkopf looping coaster. Schwarzkopf is a now defunct manufacturer of roller coasters from Germany. It is very famous for several rides such as Revolution, now New Revolution at Six Flags Magic Mountain, Super Duper Looper at Six Flags Magic Mountain, and Mindbender at Galaxyland Amusement Park. Now, as fun as it was to make our own custom ride, we also need to learn how to make a pre-built ride. These are good for when you want a quick ride without needing the time to do all the work. There are many types available. These right here are user-submitted rides, which are kind of cool, kind of crazy. Although, this one probably took a long time to make, and it'll probably take even longer for you to afford it. Some advantages of doing this is that you already know the cost. You don't have to worry about it not working while testing, because you can't save it if it doesn't work. I'll choose Rattlesnake. It looks pretty cool for its cost. Okay, Boomer. Very good. We'll give it a different name, of course. You can still customize the ride in any way you like. And as you can see, this guest is watching us place the roller coaster. They absolutely love it when a new ride is made. And if you look closely, they can even take some photographs.
Look at this photograph. Every time I do it makes me.
Let's check on our friends. I see Derek is heading for your mom. What? Derek A has joined the queue line for your mom? On your mom? Your mom was great? Watching your mom? I'm not paying that much to go on your mom. I wanted to go on something more thrilling than your mom. Your mom is a really good value. I've been queuing for your mom for ages. Just looking at your mom makes me feel sick. I can't find your mom. And my absolute favorite, I already got an on-ride photo. One of my favorite things to do in this game is make the rides so the guests' thoughts and actions make something funny. One time I made a whole park dedicated to doing so. It's a lot of fun. For example, if you take one of the guests that says they want to go on something more thrilling than a ride, we take the ride, rename it to something like the Massive Penis, and it will say, I want to go in something more thrilling than the massive penis! You know what? That reminds me. I wonder how our local detectives and the security are doing with the vandal investigation. This person made a massive penis, what appears to be a giant pussy, carved into the ground, and also broke into my office and smashed everything that wasn't bolted down. Fingerprinting data proves that the break-in and the female genitalia were done by the same person. But the penis is still being looked at. So I recommend we speak to the park's head of security, Nicholas Dogington. He is an expert. On second thought, we'll just call it a day. I don't remember placing these giant things here. Do you? This is very strange. But I'm very tired, so I think I'll try again later and...
Holy shit! These trains are flying like airplanes! What the? Oh my god! Look out!
I need to find Mr. Dogington immediately.
Oh, there you are. I wanted to give you a status report on our investigation.
Fantastic, that's a huge relief. There was another attack on the park, I assume you saw. Any luck so far?
Well, me and some other security guards tried to corner the person responsible. He stopped the chaos, but he ran off. But he won't be for long, because we looked at some camera footage and found him from the pavilion camera. Timestamp 3:34 p.m.
We could use that as evidence for the police when he's caught.
Also, the guest names are off, and I don't have the menu to turn on names, so I didn't catch the name. But I believe that's the same man who destroyed our computers and ran off.
I see. But how? Seemingly every guest we get is a man with brown hair.
I saw that his ID said Guest 651. We can find out his name when we catch him and bring him to the office.
Did you try opening his menu and picking him up to the office with tweezers?
Well, that'll make this story a little too quick. We need action. I'll do the difficult work.
Seems like you have all the info so far. Very good.
We also looked in his thought box, and he has previously said things like vandalizing the park was great, and the security looks too intense for me. There are more, but then he ran off the map edge.
Excellent. Now we have to catch him before he runs off or does more damage. Remember, the park needs your help.
Say no more. I am off. See you later, sir.
Security?
You are a security guard, Diggington.
Yes, I'm trying to get your attention. I need all guards here. This is an urgent update.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Wait, don't go yet! This is a serious matter. I reviewed some camera footage of the crime scene, and I think we may have our man. He has... and... he could come from any side of the park. Be vigilant, and keep an eye out. Each and every one of you.
Yes, sir!
Hey, is that the guy?
Yes!
Then what are we waiting for? Time to get him! Gosh darn it! Are you alright, Mr. Hunt? Yes! No need to panic.
Come on, Mike! Hunt him down!
Al nero the kids gida pampera qui ubida and edera mortra magon.
Jump the fence!
Just right-click it! Since he could be anywhere, let's split up!
Great idea!
I need to run! I need to run to the vandal! I have to go! I have to find him! I have to find him right now!
Everybody panic! Run for your lives! Oh no! Well, joke's on you. We can use that for more evidence. You can run, but you can't run.
Like he's going to listen to park rules anyway.
Sir, no running in the park.
Oh, sorry.
Works every time.
This is the first time you've done this!
Sir, I need you to come with me immediately.
Mr. Dogington, please come in.
We found the man that matches the camera footage. The software should give us his real name.
Michael Dell! I should have known it was you after you sold me that trash laptop. And then when I got this powerful one, the only way you could have sabotaged is by actually coming here and breaking and entering into my office. And why do you think it was acceptable to make that inappropriate structure on our park grounds?
Well, sir, he was friends with the workers here from Fluffing Bridge Construction. About a year and a half ago, when wooden roller coaster was being built, it rained.
Now, why am I making my turns look like this? Well, each roller coaster has some forces.
And you see, well, the workmen ran naked.
Take your clothes off and go dancing in the rain.
And during their foolishness, they had some beers and had the great idea to make a giant sculpture on the park property. But to avoid getting in trouble, they asked Dell to make it for them.
Oh, silly workman. But why did he come back to the scene of the crime if he knows he was going to get caught?
It was a strategy to make all the incidents seem separate, to downgrade the park's reputation. And while we're investigating one, he could vandalize something else because our attention would be diverted.
Well, let me say something, Mr. Dell.
This is illegal, you know.
Wow, I couldn't have said it better myself. There's going to be a huge mark on your record. The whole park could have gone under because of you.
Sir, your creation cost us about $2,000 in damages, and we don't even know how much we lost in productivity because you destroyed our computer system. The Washington County Police are on their way. The court will decide your punishment. All we know for now is that you're going to pay back 100% of what you did, plus more in punitive damages.
And you are hereby prohibited from entering any property owned by the Triple J Parks Company for a lifetime.
Now, what would you do with the people who told him to commit the crimes?
I'm going to the main headquarters in England tomorrow. We'll make an answer there. But the problem is, Fluffy Bridge Construction is working on a project for Triple J Ocean Resort. I'm going to have a fierce talk with Marcy Voice, their head engineer, and we're closing business with the company because they did not stop the behavior earlier. Once our current project is done, we will no longer purchase a roller coaster from them.
Sounds like a plan. Is this something you're proud of, Mike?
I doubt it at this point. Mr. Doggyton, please escort him out of the park with no refund. And once he's in the car, feel free to go home. You must be exhausted.
Yeah, I was really scared.
That was so scary. But that's definitely the actions I need when hiring security guards. You have the rest of the week off, and you'll be paid as if you were here. And we'll be sure to mention you at our party later this month.
Thank you, sir. And Mr. Dill, the popo be fest on your butt.
Okay, I can say for certain that is enough silliness for now. We are very close to the end of the given time for scenario completion. Let's make sure we fulfill all the requirements. Do we have 700 guests? Yes, more than 700. Do we have a park rating of at least 600? Yes, more than 600. We're ready to go. Okay, the last day for the RCT operational year is October 31st. Any minute now, the congratulatory window will appear and the guests will clap. Isn't that cool? All the guests stop what they're doing and clap for you. Well, first, let me get this handyman over here, sweep up that floor. I don't want to complete the objective with a dirty park. Okay, ready? Here it comes.
Six Flags! One Flags! One
What? That's strange. It's March year 3. I complete the objective. Why no guest clap? Sir, don't you remember?
Our objection is to have 700 guests in the park at the end of October year 2 Electric Boogaloo with a park ring of at least 600. Okay, we can do this. Except, hang on a minute.
Hold on, we'll be right back. And... Woo! Yeah! I did some technology smart people stuff, and we won! Woo! The game instantly skips to March 1st, but shortly after last operational day, I had a big party with the staff. It was really fun. I always liked seeing the guests clap. It makes me feel like I've actually accomplished something in my life. Which I have.
But not for long.
Oh look, an email. I wonder who it's from. It's from Nick. It's great to be back for my 3rd year at the park. Thanks for the promotion. As for Mr. Dell, his trial was in January, and surprisingly he was quite cooperative with the people at the court. He has been ordered to pay the TJPC $10,000 due by April 18th, and he was also given 2 years probation and 500 hours of community service. But what's interesting is that he swore under oath that he did not have any involvement in the creation of the giant male genitalia at the back of the park, but Westport Insurance will cover the cost of its removal. As for Flapping Bridge Construction, several workers were charged with public nudity, and their head engineer was fired and lost his engineering license. It was a very difficult time, but one that we'll never forget. Well, if it wasn't Dell who made the penis, I wonder who did.
Tyrone, what have you been doing? My god, what the hell, Tyrone? I'm not even mad, this is impressive. I'm surprised you could do that with your arms melted together. Your house seems a bit better than mine, so we're going to live inside this massive penis now. It looks just like your nose.
I guess we'll never find out, will we? Now that we complete objective and all the balloons are floating up into the sky, we've made a beautiful park. You can always keep going if you want to, but this will be the end of the instruction for how to play Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. So, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Post your comments below and your thoughts on this video, and do me a favor, be sure to give this video a big old thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, be sure to subscribe. A shout out goes to all those who provide photos for this video. If you want to see one of your photos in one of my videos, check out the description for further instructions. If you'd like to go more in depth with Triple J 755, like my Facebook page for interactive discussions and behind the scenes footage. You can also follow me on Twitter. Until next time, Roller Coaster Tycoon players, until next time.